Alright. Yeah, yesterday we went for quite a long time, accidentally. Uh, by the time I realized how long I had been streaming, it was already like 6 hours, and then I just kept going. So, I have, some stuff to do later, so, I'm probably just gonna stream for like a couple of hours, and then, yeah. Um, go do all my chores for the day, and then if I have some time, I'll come back and stream later. But yeah, I figure we'll just stream a couple hours of attempts, and then maybe we'll do something fun later, like Escape from Ever After. Hey. But yeah. Right now, it's just the shiny grind. Ay. But yeah, I would like to stream something else today later, so just go for a couple hours now, and then yeah, probably do something different later if I have the time. I got a bunch of things I gotta do today, so but I figured I'd stream while the laundry was going, so. Shit. I'm more tired than I thought. I guess, I got an energy drink. Let me go grab it. Might as well have some caffeine. Oh, it's nice and cold like that out of the fridge. I stayed up late last night after the stream. I was playing some Slay the Spire off stream last night. And I managed to win a region run. I lost. I had a really good run going. I played 2 runs and I lost the first one. It seemed like it was going pretty good, and then I can't remember what I lost. Oh, I think it was the new Infested Pyramid. I just didn't have enough. Oh no, that was the Necrobinder run. What did I lose to? Maybe I lost in Act 1, I can't remember, but I had a really good, what looked like a pretty good run going, and then I just died. So clearly it wasn't as good as I thought. And then, yeah, we played another one and we managed to clutch up. So I think we're on A9 with the region now. And then, yeah, yeah. I played a couple of Necrobinder runs and I lost both of them. So the first one died in Act 1. I tried, there's, the shears, it's like remove 2 cards, but you take 16 HP, but, the axe didn't have 3 elites, so, and there was one site with like 4 campfires, or 3 campfires and 2 elites, and so I figured we could take the shears because we had a pretty easy path, and we got to the boss fight and it was the fish, and we just ended up losing. Didn't have enough DPS to get through it. And then I played a second one and I died to the Dorito. I didn't have enough attacks, and so I got punished because, yeah, he just had too much strength. Whoops. Am I gonna get parried? No, okay. Sometimes lucky. But, yeah. It was, fun to play some Slay the Spire. Yeah, I think once we get through that run, Slay the Spire will probably be one of the main forms of content overall. I think it would be fun to do shiny hunts in like the Gen 2 and 3 remakes. But they're not ported to the Switch, so I'd have to get like a capture card for the 3DS, or figure out how to adapt the one I already have to the 3DS. I'm not sure that that's possible. But yeah, that wouldn't be too hard to do, presumably. But I think after this run, it's gonna be a while before I want to go back, like, to shiny hunting generally. Especially at 1 in 8,000 odds. So I think probably, yeah, after this run, it'll be a transition to getting to A10 and then trying to win streak at A10. But yeah, I'm excited. There's a new patch coming up, I think in a few days, so we'll see how it goes. Everybody's been complaining about the new boss, Aeon Glass, so I imagine that it's gonna get hit. Although, I think the few times I have fought it, I've won every time, so maybe I've just had a better experience with it than the average player, but yeah, it is definitely a hard fight. But also, most of the people I'm watching are already on A10, so I think if I had to fight 2 act bosses, yeah, I would probably see more of the difficulty of it. Because I've seen some of those runs, and I take like 40 damage against Aeon Glass. Like, I went back to check, and so if I had to fight a whole other boss after that, yeah, I would probably feel less confident in being able to actually clutch out the run at that point. So, it is a pretty tough fight, but there are solutions to it, so I don't know. But yeah, I don't know how to feel about it over in Doormaker. Both of them are annoying in their own ways. Aeon Glass is definitely easier mechanically to deal with because it's just a big damage guy that says you can't play a million cards or else you take more damage, and so you just gotta prioritize playing, yeah, bigger costed cards that do more things as opposed to like shivs or something. But yeah, the other thing is that you can't get rid of the you can't pay for the withers anymore, so the only way to get rid of them is like if you're on silent you can discard them. If you're on ironclad you can exhaust them. If you're on defect, he has this card called Compact that'll get rid of them for you. But yeah, I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do against that fight on Necrobinder. I guess you just kill it before the withers get strong enough to kill you. And Necrobinder has a million ways to deal more damage, so between lethality and vulnerable, so honestly it's probably fine enough. But yeah, that's the other thing, I haven't even played the fight once with every character, so I can't truly say that I know how difficult it is on every character. Like, I'm sure it's much harder for Necrobinder than some of the other ones. But yeah, overall, I'd say my thought is that it's definitely a less... The reason that they took Doormaker out of the game was because it had 3 different phases and they all did different things, and they thought that was too annoying to account for, and so they took them out of the game. So they've accomplished what they wanted, basically, which was to create a boss that's mechanically simpler. But yeah, I don't know. Both of them are annoying in different ways. But Aeon Glass is definitely more solvable. You can counter his whole gimmick with some characters, so but yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure that I would say I enjoy playing against Aeon Glass more or less than Doormaker. I don't think I've encountered it enough to really say. But it's definitely, yeah. The whole fight is basically one big damage race, and so, yeah, it's a little different than some of the other bosses. But yeah. For the longest time I found Queen to be the most annoying because it's the only AoE fight of the 3, and they debuff you turn 1 and you just, or like turn 2 or 3, and you just can't get rid of it for the rest of the fight. And then the first 3 cards in your hand every turn are bound together, meaning you can only play one of the 3. So that fight is always kind of awkward, but ultimately by the time you get to it, generally you've scaled enough that you just win anyway. But yeah. I don't know. Overall, I feel like the game's in a pretty good shape, balance-wise. But we'll have to see what they do to it. Everybody's pretty much of the assumption that Aeon Glass is gonna get nerfed in some way because most people think that it's the hardest of the elites, so that'll probably end up being what happens, but yeah, I don't know for sure. But yeah, we'll have to see how it all shakes out. But overall, I've really been enjoying the game. It definitely feels distinctive from the first game, even if some of the characters are the same. Well, most of the characters are the same. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with it. I really hope they bring back the Watcher. That was the only character from the first game that they haven't brought back. And so, she was the last character introduced, and she was extremely broken. So much so that there was a guy, Life Coach, I think his full name was like Life Coach 1985 or something like that, and he won like 50 games in a row on the Watcher, and then, what was that guy's name? I want to say it was Max1 or something like that. Was like a student of Life Coach's, and he ended up, I think, breaking it at like 53 or 54, and then I want to say Life Coach came back and beat his own record. And beat that record, but I don't remember exactly what it ended up at. But yeah, it'll be fun to see maybe if they bring the Watcher back, like how they could maybe balance her deck a little bit, because the returning characters all have pretty distinctive decks from what they had in the first game. The starting deck is the same, and there are cards that are exactly the same, but there's so many new cards that it kind of balances out how they feel. But yeah, I'm excited, and they already announced that there would be new characters coming to the game, so I imagine basically what's gonna happen, because the game is still in beta. I imagine what's gonna happen is when they've, you know, finally tinkered with the numbers of the game, and they've decided, you know, how hard the enemies are gonna be and all that, and we get the final act of the game, then probably they'll start implementing new characters. So my guess is it's gonna be a while, because they're gonna finish up, you know, kind of balancing the game way before then. But I don't know. I'm not the game devs, and I don't have any communication with them. And actually, I haven't read any of their, they've posted like devlogs and stuff, or like they've talked about future plans or whatever, and I haven't seen any of that, so I don't really know exactly what the roadmap is gonna look like, but yeah, I'm excited. I like the character pool we have now, but yeah, I'm excited for what's to come. I don't think I've ever played a game while it's in beta. The original Slay the Spire game came out in sort of the same way, where it was in beta for a while, and then the game became complete at some point. But I wasn't around for all that time. By the time I got into Slay the Spire, it was ported. When I started playing Slay the Spire was when the Switch port came out. So I'm pretty far ways into it. Yeah, I don't own the first one on PC, and so yeah, this whole cycle of figuring out like how the game is gonna be balanced and stuff, and seeing yeah, all of the changes is pretty fun, like as it's coming out. And for a while it was like every week something was changing, and now it's, I think, every 2 weeks. So yeah, it's been fun to see the evolution of the game. And to be honest, it was crazy how much content there was at the beginning, given that it was early access. So that's really cool. Probably the biggest difference between Spire 1 and Spire 2 is that they added multiplayer. It was like a very popular. There was like a mod that added multiplayer in the first game, and so they just put it into the second game in full, which is really cool. And it's cool how functional it is. Like you can play with up to 4, but you know, if you just want to play with 2 or 3, it all just works. So I think that's pretty cool. That they figured it out. But yeah, I'm really excited for the future of the game. It's probably the most exciting release for me, because I put so many hours into the first game. So it's been fun to actually see it come to life. But yeah. Oh, I saw. Normally I don't pay much attention to the rumors, but apparently the Persona 4 remake, I can't remember what they decided to name it. Revival, maybe? I can't remember. They apparently there's a rating for it, and it's on the Xbox store or whatever in Europe or something. But who knows if any of that's true. But really, I just want, oh, it escaped. Yeah, right as I tried to type it. But really, I'll be honest, I've played Persona 4 many times. I'm not that excited for the remake. Also, with the way Persona 3 went, like, are they gonna cut content out of the game? I don't know. Reload was really weird because they took out the female protagonist, and then they basically cut episode I guess out of the game and tried to charge you $30 for it, and so like it was a mess. But yeah, I don't know. I really doubt they're gonna cut all the golden content out. I don't know though. That's the problem. Is like they could and try and charge me more money for it. And so yeah, I just don't know if I'm getting the complete package or not. But really, honestly, I just want Persona 6. I'm much less interested in the remake. uh, Even though Persona 4 is probably my favorite, like I've played it enough times where like they're only gonna add so much new content. Like if it's like 3 reload, then yeah, there's not gonna be that much they add besides, you know, the obvious graphical updates. So I'm much more interested in actually getting P6 rather than the Persona 4 remake. Only because I've played it so many times. But yeah, overall, both will be good when they finally come out. But in the meantime, we've got a million other games to play. So um, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, all that to say, there are a bunch of games that I will be excited to play when we finally get through this shiny hunt. But yeah. Hopefully we get Pikachu sometime soon so we can actually make some progress. We've got almost every other shiny on this route, so... And we've got Caterpie twice. But yeah, we went for pretty long yesterday, so gonna be a little bit shorter today. Pikachu! Someday you will be shiny. Ooh, the back-to-back. I've never seen 3 in a row before. today the day? Nope. Ugh. I wonder if we'll get a third Caterpie or Weedle before we see Pikachu. I hope not. We've been at it for so long that I'm just kind of hoping it works out. Caterpie. Oh, I'm gonna go check on the laundry. I'll be back in a minute. I know I'm a boring adult with boring adult things to do. laundry is officially in the dryer. Ay. Excuse me. One day this shiny Pikachu will come, I believe. But yeah, it's we streamed for 8 hours and I think we saw something like 50 Pikachus. So like yeah, it just kind of shows the scale of how much time we actually have to commit to get any sort of traction on this run. And yeah, I guess it's finally dawning on me how long this is actually gonna take. So we're like on day what did I say in the title? 36 or something? Of this nonsense. And so, yeah. Who knows? Might be another month before we actually like have just put in enough time where we will actually see it. That being said, I've become bored of the concept like quite some time ago. The 60 hours for Blastoise was already like kind of a hard commitment for me, and then yeah, we kept going with the run obviously, and so yeah, it's something. Oh, we dropped some frames already? Peak. I love it when my viewers just can see my stream less. But, yeah. At least, yesterday was the longest I've streamed, and Twitch didn't crash the whole day, to my knowledge, so that's pretty good at the very least. Yeah, the day I decided to stream very long, it actually worked out. But yeah. I was happy to see that it seems to be working out, because there were several days where it crashed in the beginning. But yeah, it seems pretty stable for the most part, so that's good to know. I've thought about doing yeah, crazier stuff, like 24-hour streams, but I would probably only do something like that if I didn't have a day job, which I do, so. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe if this became profitable and it was like, you know, I could actually make some money or something, I would do a 24-hour stream, but that just seems, like a terrible idea for my health. But yeah. But yeah, overall, I just want to be anywhere but Viridian Forest. Because like I can make progress in any other game just by playing it, but we've created the exact scenario where I can only progress by getting exceedingly lucky. And so yeah, there's no amount of skill that can make this happen. I just have to get lucky enough to progress. But yeah. But overall, I would say, yeah, I'm just excited to actually do anything else but stand around Viridian Forest. But that's all we can do. All we can do is keep grinding out encounters here. But yeah. It'll be nice when we actually, when we finally see the sun shining over the horizon. Get to go anywhere else. 2 hydro misses in a row? Are we gonna get the... Okay, yeah, we actually hit one. I want to see 5 hydro misses in a row. That's the other goal. We want to see 3 Pikachus in a row, and I want to see 5 hydro misses in a row. Neither of those have happened yet. I never know what to say after, like, the initial initial part of the stream because I feel like most of what I have to say is just complaining about the fact that I can't progress, which is probably really boring for you guys to hear because I do it so often. But, you know, then it just evolves into talking about random stuff that's going on in my personal life. Or things I found interesting, but, you know, obviously that only lasts for so long, so, yeah. I never know what to say. Which I think is kind of the other problem. Just overall, with the shiny hunt. For me at least, from a streamer perspective, is that, I don't know how to make this content interesting. Because it's just gambling, but, you know, you don't win most of the time. At least with a gambling stream, you know, not that I would ever do actual gambling. Somebody playing a slot machine at least has the possibility to win every time, even though you know that they're not most of the time. I guess it's a similar thing. The odds of winning here are just so low, you know, that you can go 8 hours and see nothing happen. So, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of the problem for me is, I don't know how to make it more entertaining. But, I would be doing this anyway off stream if I wasn't doing it on stream, so whatever. Just might as well stream it to whoever cares. And then maybe we can make a YouTube video about it. At the end of all this, I can think of some, you know, pretty funny titles like, I spent whatever it's gonna end up being. I spent 500 hours in Viridian Forests, and all I got was this shiny Pikachu. I don't know. Or like, you know, there's the classic like YouTube video title of like, I spent X amount of time doing this thing, and you see just a worn down guy in the thumbnail or whatever. Seems pretty classic. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't really given much thought to actually making YouTube content. Only because I am not that great at editing, so I'd have to find an editor. And probably an artist to make the thumbnail. Maybe they could be the same person, theoretically, but I haven't really given it all that much thought. Other than that, I think it would be relatively easy to talk about games for multiple hours on end into a camera. I like the I don't know if people still do it on YouTube. I imagine so, but kind of the old style of YouTube review where like the Angry Video Game Nerd, the JonTron type style where like there's a review in there, but you know, ultimately you talk about games that yeah, are bad and, you know, get a bit angry about it. I kind of like that old style. But then I've seen, like, there's this guy, I wish I could remember his name. I'll have to look it up, but, he just talks about, Skyrim games for, like, 10 hours at a time. He's got a video on almost all of them, and he just goes through, like, every quest, all the combat aspects, and talks about the things he likes and doesn't like, and he's got a pretty monotone voice, and he just, yeah, it's just like 10 hours of, you know, discussing literally every aspect of the game. I feel like that, not to say that it's easy, I feel like it would take forever, but that style of content would be something that would be like pretty achievable, I feel. In terms of just being able to, you know, have a cohesive script, say it into a mic, make it, you know, I feel like it wouldn't require that much editing, except, you know, whenever I flub a line or whatever, if I took the time to write it all out. So I don't know, something like that I've thought of. There are plenty of games I could talk about, because I've played so many. I think it'd also be fun to like play a whole series of games and then like rank them or something, like reviewing like every Persona game or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I just I haven't really decided whether I'm actually gonna spend any amount of time committing to actually making YouTube content. Mainly because I have a day job and I'm lazy. I'll be honest. But yeah. Really, that's all for future me to think about. Right now, all I want to focus on is getting through this run. Which, you know, could be another bajillion hours. Oh no, Zorua escaped. He used an Ultra Ball too. Sad. I got some messages. Okay, now I got all this stuff I need. I can do all my tasks for the day. What time is that? Yeah, okay, we'll go for like another hour. The laundry will probably be done by then. But yeah, I gotta do some stuff. It'll probably take a couple hours, and then I'll probably be back to stream. It just kind of depends. Yeah, if you know how I'm feeling when I get back. But yeah, I'm assuming that I'll have some time to stream after I get done with my bullshit. So I wish there was a way, like on YouTube, there's like a little community tab thing where you can just like make a post, and I don't see that option on Twitch, so I wish I could just like write somewhere that isn't like the title or the description that like I plan to stream later or something. But whatever. Or that, yeah. Or like, let's say I was too busy with all the other nonsense I was doing today, and so I wish I could just write somewhere, oh, actually I can't stream today, but there's nothing like that on Twitch, so presumably I will be able to stream later. I'm just not like 100% sure. Just depends on how busy the shops end up being. But yeah. Hopefully everything works out. And then yeah, we'll get some, I definitely am gonna play Escape from Ever After if we do end up streaming later, because that sounds really fun. But yeah. I really don't want to go to work tomorrow. But I have to. Unfortunately. Because going to work is how you get paid. I'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna, here, we'll roll an encounter before I go. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a minute. Whoops, I left the timer on. Ah, well. Uh, oh, excuse me. I'm still pretty tired. It's probably because I drink energy drinks to get up for work in the morning, but yeah, clearly the effect, the caffeine doesn't affect me that much. There was a time at my work when I was in a different position, I had to work 12 hours every day, so I used to down like 2 every day. And so, yeah, probably extremely unhealthy for me. But yeah, I think it basically made me, yeah, be able to tolerate quite a bit of caffeine. There's like kind of a way to solve the problem, and it's like, I used to do it all the time where I would just like not drink caffeine for like 3 weeks or whatever, so that I could feel the effects of caffeine again. But yeah, it's been a while since I've just stopped drinking it entirely. But yeah, I'm just yeah, a caffeine addict like everyone else in America. But it seems to be a pretty universal thing that people drink like coffee or tea or something in the morning, so maybe all of humanity is just caffeinated. But honestly, it's not too much of a problem as long as you're not drinking like an excessive amount every day. Or you, yeah, don't have some sort of pre-existing condition. Hey. There I go, yawning again. Pikachu! But not shiny. The garbage 5% encounter. Just what I wanted. We're almost at 100. 110 hours. Crazy work. Excuse me. Just casually dying. Don't mind me. Can't choke on water if you never drink any. Big brain. Is it gonna be hot again today? Yep. Yeah. I guess it's cooler than it has been. I guess it wasn't too bad when I went to go walk the dog, but still. We won't be out for too long anyway. But yeah. I'm looking forward to playing some more, Pikachu! I'm looking forward to playing some more Escape from Ever After. Okay, I know this fear is like entirely unfounded because like there's the shiny animation when you see a shiny Pikachu, but I'm like slightly paranoid that because the color palette is so similar, I just haven't noticed that one of them was shiny. Cause it's like orange instead of yellow. But like, yeah, I'm pretty sure because we've been staring at the yellow ones for all this time that I'll be able to notice the difference. But, yeah. Slightly paranoid that we may have already seen a shiny Pikachu. And I just didn't catch it. But, you know, surely I'm not that dumb. But like, it'll be really interesting when we grind for shiny Zapdos because that Mon looks literally so similar. Yeah, it's just, it's really hard to tell. Without the little shiny animation, I probably wouldn't be able to notice. I haven't seen the color palette for Moltres or Articuno yet. Or if I did, I forgot what it looks like, so that'll be cool. And then I think I said this before, but I basically have zero interest in shiny Mewtwo. Because the green tail just looks kind of lame. I think it would be really cool. I know they would never do this because Game Freak is lazy, but like in the movie, Mewtwo has that like really cool looking armor. So I thought it would be really cool to me if like it was like a whole costume or whatever. and Shiny Mewtwo like had his armor set on or whatever. Or like, yeah. Or if that was just like an item in the game that you could equip or something. But, yeah, and it gave him a power. Ooh, maybe that's how you, yeah. Mewtwo gets his armor and then he becomes an actual good Pokemon. Not very usable and competitive, unfortunately. Pure Psychic types are pretty bad. And if you want, and they're just, yeah, better Psychic types, unfortunately. Every format that Mewtwo is going to exist in, Calyrex Shadow is also going to exist, and so yeah. It's just, yeah. I actually don't know the stats of the Megas, but, of Mega Mewtwo X and Y, but, there's no way they're faster than Calyrex, or, you know, better in any way. And as of yet, I don't know, like, I don't think it got Expanding Force in Gen 9, but, it probably will when it comes to, Champions eventually. I just don't think that'll change its competitive viability. And then I think it's just one of those mons that gets the pressure treatment where, like, yeah, pressure is the ability it gets, which I guess is probably better now that they made moves have less BP overall. But I'm not sure if, like, it actually makes Mewtwo all that much better. Like, surely you would want some offensive ability like something like Calyrex has, where it's like no berries plus Moxie or whatever. Like, that ability is just broken. And so, Pikachu! It's just sad that Mewtwo will probably never be good because it's such a cool looking mon. But, like, on the other end of the spectrum, Rayquaza is one of my other favorite legendaries, and when that thing has its Mega form, it's absolutely busted, so I can't complain too much, I guess. That's really what I'm looking forward to, is when the power level in Champions gets really, really high level and you can use all the legendaries and stuff. That's what I'm looking forward to. When we actually get to how it was advertised, where it's like Megas versus Terra versus, you know, maybe Dynamax, and it just all kind of comes together. I think that would be really fun. But right now it's so limited. That I find it pretty boring to actually play. But yeah, yeah, can't wait for Champions to actually give us some more options. They announced Mega Raichu X and Y, so we're at the very least getting more Megas in the next pool of Pokemon. Because presumably they're not just adding Raichu X and Y and calling it a day, so I think they said it was June 16th or 17th or something like that, so yeah, that'll be fun. I'm really excited for a new format, personally. I can't wait to build a team for it. But yeah, we'll have to see when the new stuff comes out. Pikachu! But yeah, theoretically, if we got support for home, I could transfer the shiny Pikachu I got from this. Yeah, well, eventually it'll be a Raichu, so transfer the shiny Raichu from this game into Champions and then use it competitively, but yeah. First of all, we have to get it, and then secondly, we have to actually wait for them to add home compatibility to this game, which to my knowledge still hasn't been done, so cringe and bad and dumb. Another Pikachu, okay. We're seeing a lot of them today, so that's pretty exciting overall. Yeah, pretty happy about that. But so far we haven't seen the mythical shiny one. But yeah, if we see Pikachu, then I'll stream Nidoran attempts later, because yeah. Basically, as soon as we see shiny Pikachu, we're gonna only run Nidoran attempts, because that should take way less time than these Pikachu attempts did, so I'll be more motivated to get it done, because then we can actually get to the run, so yeah. Basically, yeah, as soon as we actually get to Nidoran, I'm only gonna play Pokemon. Until we get shiny Nidoran, because, yeah, I want to see the rest of the run. Another Pikachu. We've seen so many. Oh yeah, I was reading up on this the other day. I was wondering why female Pikachus in this game didn't have the little heart-shaped thing on their tails, and it turns out that started in Gen 4. So, yeah, there's no visual difference between male and female Pikachu in this game. Because they didn't think to do it for another generation. Which, yeah, is slightly disappointing. But, yeah. I wonder, like, if you transfer Pokemon from this generation to something like Champions, whether it, like, the little, if you had a female Pikachu and you transferred it to Champions, presumably it would have the little heart symbol on its tail, but I actually don't know. So that would be kind of a fun thing to test. I also thought about, yeah, maybe we'll play Champions on stream when the new patch comes out, and you guys can watch me lose live. The 700th Pikachu was not shiny. But yeah, so far we've seen quite a few, so that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go see if the laundry's done. Give me a minute. I'll run an encounter really quick. Oh yeah, I gotta stop the timer. folded. Is anybody on Twitch old enough to like feel some sense of satisfaction when a chore is done? I don't know, might just be me. I feel so old saying that. Q-Fant. Oh, we missed the little elephant thing. But there is actually more laundry in the dryer, so we gotta fold the rest of it later. But yeah, basically, we'll go for like, until my laundry is dried, and then, I'll head out, so, probably like an hour. But yeah, maybe we can get Pikachu before that. That would be really convenient. I will say, it is a bit demoralizing. I don't know how Shiny Brad does it. Cause I streamed for like 8 hours yesterday. I got nothing. Like, but he does it like on a regular basis. I know he works while he streams, so it's at least productive for him, but yeah, I have to like, yeah, I don't know, it's just, let's just say I felt the run a lot more, after having streamed it for so long. Yeah, I don't know, it was a bit demoralizing, but, that's why we're not gonna do it for the whole day today, because, yeah. I'm not in the mood to, grind it out all day. I need some stimulation. But, yeah. Overall, I'm feeling pretty good about the whole thing. Or, well, I will be when we get a little further in. But yeah, maybe it'll just happen. And, yeah. The actual problem is, like, not knowing, for me anyway, is not knowing how close we are to, like, odds, because we haven't been counting since the beginning. Like, we've seen way more than 700 Pikachus, but how much more? I don't know. Like, this is the problem. My guess is we're probably still under odds. Yeah, 244 hours. But I'm not entirely sure. Because we don't have the exact numbers. And we can't because there's a whole set of data missing from before I started streaming the run. So even if I were to go back and like count everything, it still wouldn't be a complete data set, although it would be more accurate than just guessing, but yeah. Overall, we just need to see more Pikachus. Yeah. There's nothing we can do except to keep gambling on, yeah, seeing them. But yeah, we'll just have to see how it pans out. Ay. But yeah, I can't wait to actually see any other aspect of this run. um, I really want to get to the not shiny hunting part of it, so that we can see some actual like skill involved and not just gambling. But I'm sure that will probably be the more boring part to people, but I actually do want to get into the run because I think it'll be fun to play with level caps and like have to actually manage EXP somewhat. That problem is made less of a problem by the fact that we've got a full party basically already, but you know, it'll at least be somewhat difficult, I imagine, because we'll want to use the same two Mons, Pikachu and Nidoran, for most of the time, and so, like, we might end up, yeah, over level cap accidentally just by the nature of using them too much, so I'll have to be, like, cognizant of that, because basically the party is going to be, two Beedrills and two Butterfrees. Right, because we got... Yeah, wow, we just haven't evolved Cannon Fodder yet, or Nap Time. But yeah, so we can spread our EXP out to the shitters. But yeah, I doubt they're really going to be that useful throughout the run. Maybe, maybe because Butterfree knows the powder moves, it'll be somewhat useful, but I'm pretty sure its base speed is just like not fast enough to realistically help out. And so it's probably not going to be that useful in a lot of fights. But I could be wrong. I just don't see it being, and I doubt, maybe it's defensive enough to tank hits, but I kind of doubt it. But like, if we can put Starmie to sleep against Misty, that's huge. But I think probably we're just gonna have to rely on Pikachu carrying. That fight. Presumably Pikachu can one-shot, I think it's Staryu first, and then Starmie can one-shot Staryu, so that part of the fight will be pretty easy, but I'm actually worried that, like, Water Pulse, that, I'm not sure that, Pikachu will be able to outspeed Starmie, and then probably it gets two-shot by 2 water pulses. Is my guess if we're at the same level, but I could be wrong. And we can't evolve Pikachu, I don't think, till a while into the game, because I don't think there's just like a random Thunderstone sitting around in the early game, although I could be wrong. I just am unsure, so if we can somehow get a Raichu before Misty, then yeah, that would be huge, but I just don't think that's a possibility. I haven't actually routed out the rest of the game yet because I knew this would take forever to actually get there, so once we get to the next section, I'll probably route it out off stream, just to see what the possibilities are. But overall, I just want to get to some action, to something other than staring at Caterpies and Weedles and bugs for all of eternity. But right now, that's the life we've made for ourselves. So. Hey. Forgot to count there. Let's just see Pikachu. Yeah. Pikachu! More gambling. Pikachu! Whole lot of nothing. Oh yeah, my work didn't call me in today. Or try to get me to come in today. They finally learned that I'm not going to, I guess. Another one. Woohoo! Caterpie. not the one we want. And yeah, I'm sure we can catch that. Ultra Ball. Oy. Let's find that Pikachu. Just Kakuna. Kakuna Matata. Weedle. Hey, we got Phantom. Phantom. Oh, because it's a stump. Yeah. It's got like a stump for a head. Yeah. Phantom. Japan and their puns. Oh, whoops. Not a shiny cringe. mind is slowly disintegrating as we get further into this room. Pikachu, 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 Pikachu. No, it's just Weedle. Just gotta Gamba harder. Oh. The Gamba's gotta pay off at some point. That's what the guys at the casinos always tell me. Let's see. Oh. Not enough Pikachus. Hey. Gamba. Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Give me a second. Oh, it didn't show. There we go. Okay. Pause the timer. one Pikachu, please. Nope, we got the cringe 5% encounter instead. Pikachu! Caterpie. I get the feeling that we're gonna end up seeing more shiny bugs before we see shiny Pikachu, and I just don't want to live in that world. I don't want any more dupes, so I just won't take them. Probably. I just want Pikachu. We're gonna run out of balls too is the problem. Depending on how Pikachu goes, we might have to fight against some trainers for money. But we got a pretty good chance of capturing Pikachu with the sleep, so hopefully we don't have to go farm money. But I guess we could. If we really had to. Because I've done all the trainers on Route 3 already for their money. I also really don't know how much of the early economy we should be giving to Pokeballs. Because after these 2 encounters, we're not going to catch anything for a while. And eventually we're going to need, like, healing items. Not for combat, but just, you know, to have around. I think I've only got, like, 1 potion or something. But yeah. I don't want to devote all of the early game money strictly to Pokeballs, but we might have to. I also don't remember when you get the amulet coin in this game, or the Versus Seeker. Both of those would be helpful in getting more money, but it probably won't end up mattering because we can probably catch both Pikachu and Nidoran in the like 20 Pokeballs we have left. But it is something that I have given some thought to. But yeah, we'll have to see. But first, we'll have to actually see Shiny Pikachu. Which, yeah. Everything's theoretical until it's not. And, yeah. I'm hoping we get to the practical at some point. Because it's really boring to speculate. I want to see the shiny Pikachu. Kakuna! Ay. Ay. Pikachu, Pikachu. Ay. Pikachu! Oh, we're out of moves. Hey. Okay. We're out of moves. Good old regular Pikachu, nothing beats that. We're gonna get the back-to-back Pikachus. Nope. Uh, Hey. Let's see if we see another Pikachu before I have to go. Got a couple more minutes and then I'm off to go do adult bullshit. Hey. I don't want to do anything today. But if I don't do it today, then it's not gonna get done, and yeah, it's a problem, so. Unfortunately, we do have to be productive, as cringe as it is. But, you know, such is life. Hey. Alright, whatever the next encounter is, it's gonna be the last one, so here's hoping for the Pikachu. Is this? Nope. It's just a garbage Metavod. Alright. I'll be back in probably a couple hours to stream. So, yeah. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in a couple hours probably, so.